Here's a shock. Daisy Ridley says she wasn't surprised people hated The Last Jedi. What? Hi, there's Tom with Tom's Tech Show, and today I did what I often do, which is search the internet for interesting things related to maybe Marvel, maybe Star Wars, maybe Orville. See how many people still hate Star Trek Discovery. It's a never-ending list on that one. But today I found an article from USA Today that says that Daisy Ridley wasn't surprised that fans hated The Last Jedi. Oh, really? How could that be? Maybe the tension on set, maybe everybody there when they were around Mark Hamill and seeing his disgust and, over anguish at what was being done to his character. Well, let's read about that in a minute. But first, I just wanted to show that up here, if you see in the site, I've put a little ribbon on the corner here, just kind of in solidarity and support for Anna, that Star Wars girl, as she's, many of you know, her sister had been missing and then found out that she passed away. So I'm just going to leave that up there for the next couple of videos for a while I'll leave it up there until I see Anna's back. Posting videos again. If you want to use that, I'll have a link down below. You can just instantly bring it into OBS and display that on your site if you wish to. But just, if she sees any of our videos and, knows that, again, if she's not on Twitter or anything else and she sees a video with any of these things on it, she'll know that, she doesn't have to reach out to anybody or anything, just a way to let her know that as a community that everybody's here, for her as her family's going through this, and that we, love her and respect her privacy and her family, and just want her family to get through all this. I'll also leave a link to the GoFundMe that's Geeks and Gamers set up for the services and stuff to help the family out. This is not something you plan on at this age. I've had friends who have had their children pass away, and this is not something that you want. You don't want to bury your children. You want your children to have to, bear with you. But I'm going to keep going as long as I can and make my son miserable. That's my plan. But anyway, but here we are, back to the story. Daisy Ridley wasn't surprised that fans hated The Last Jedi. So she goes on and on in this article about, yes, this last movie's all super emotional, blah, blah, blah. We all get all whiny and cry and everything about it. But down here towards the very end of this article, she writes, the question was, writer-director Rian Johnson received a ton of backlash online after The Last Jedi, with many fans petitioning to remake the film and redeem Luke Skywalker's character. Were you surprised at all by the controversy? Of course, she says no, she wasn't surprised. But she kind of hashes out, and, she's still under contract with Disney, to do the final movie, so she's got to kind of be political. She says no, she wasn't surprised. It's just a different thing. Everyone's going to have an opinion now anyway on the internet. Yes, everybody on the internet has an opinion, but when you completely lambash and go against everything that every true Star Wars fan has in their heart and mind that they have known and grown up with as Star Wars, and you take that and you basically throw it in the trash, you're going to have a bunch of people upset. I mean, I can say that, like J.J. Abrams, when he made the first Star Trek reboot, the Star Trek movie, he did something in his production, which was he brought in someone who had never seen a Star Trek film. He brought in someone who knew what Star Trek was and kind of liked it, thought it was okay. Then he brought in someone who could recite all of the words and all of the lines from the original series and Next Generation, etc. And he wrote that film, and they set up that film to be able to be viewed by all three of those people. So he kind of, I think, did the same kind of thing with The Force Awakens. I think that kind of, the hardcore fan could get behind it, but still criticize it. Yeah, it's just a repeat of A New Hope, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And Daisy Ridley's kind of a, the Rey character is kind of a Mary Sue. Yeah, we get that. Okay. Granted, he didn't know, J.J. Abrams did not know that, we weren't going to have Princess Leia again for, that she was going to pass away. So, between films, but, he still missed some points, right? We still saw him miss some points, which was the whole group together, Han, Luke, and Leia together. They still missed some points there, but I think he was still giving it a try, right? To, I know they had to appease Han, Harrison Ford and stuff like that, and Carrie Fisher's untimely, death and stuff, but he still could have done something, right, to get that one piece, in the Star Trek reboot, they did kill off a lot of people in red shirts. Why? Because everybody who watched Star Trek way back when knows that if you're wearing a red shirt and you don't have much of a name on the ship, you're not going to make it long, right? If you notice in the last, the Identity episodes in the Orville, when they were doing the Identity episodes, part 1 and part 2, that pretty much everybody that died had a red shirt on. So they're being truer to Star Trek than current Star Trek. Again, that's why I watched the Orville. Okay, but we're on Star Wars right now. So he kind of tried, J.J. Abrams with The Force Awakens kind of tried, and it had potential to be something. And then put this, because of the horrible, lame, worthless leadership that Star Wars has right now. So it got laid in the hands of Rian Johnson. Thank you for nothing, Kathleen Kennedy. Go return to your secretarial duties. Thank you. So were we not surprised? No. Now instead of just taking a small departure, you've now turned the car around and you're going completely the other way. And that's not what we as Star Wars fans wanted. Okay? So here she continues on. It says, if people hold something incredibly dear and think they know how it should be, hello, that's directly to the point. We grow up with something. We know what it is. We know what we want out of it. We know, tell us good stories in that. We have this universe. Tell us a great story in that universe. Tell us something in that universe that is, worth me going and watching. Right? I don't care if you twist something a little bit here or a little bit there. You can get people every day of the week talking about Marvel comics and how the Marvel movies have not taken things directly from the comics and they've twisted things around a little bit, but it's still a compelling story, and they haven't completely, destroyed all of the Marvel universe. Hence the, $2.7 billion that Endgame has made. Not quite going to beat Avatar, but anyway, it's still a feat in itself to have a 10-year run of films to be able to do that. Okay, so she keeps saying, if people hold something incredibly dear, they know how it should be, and then it's not like that. It's fair to think they were done wrong. But she has to flip that over and say it doesn't mean they were done wrong ultimately. Says Ryan is a filmmaker and one person can't dictate how a film is supposed to be, but freedom, but it's just freedom of expression. No, this comes down to leadership of a company. If Kevin Feige, as the leader of Marvel, saw that they were taking a character or a part of Marvel that a director wanted to completely spin something completely around and destroy all of the path that they're going on. They have this path, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Now we're in phase 4. If suddenly they were to completely reverse that and in phase 4, and that destroys phase 5 and phase 6, I don't think that Kevin Feige would say, yeah, okay, let's do that. No. So this goes to leadership. So it's the pair. You have Kathleen Kennedy, who is a glorified secretary, in my opinion, who has no idea how to run this company, how to run it and how to make it work. Combine that with Rian Johnson, who has no idea what Star Wars is or what the real fans would want, and completely put his own crazy spin upon things and destroyed characters on purpose. That's just, that's the perfect storm right there. Boom, to destroy Star Wars and make everyone just despise it. I mean, yeah, I was at Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, blah, blah. It's incredibly detailed and there's so much stuff in it and all that. But there's nothing really to buy that you would want. Like, I want to go, I need a new Darth Vader keychain. Not buying it in Star Wars Edge, not getting it there. Oh, I want this, something else. I want a Jar Jar Binks thing. Why? Don't know why you would want a Jar Jar Binks thing anyway, but you're not going to find it in Galaxy's Edge, because Galaxy's Edge is only about Disney Star Wars merchandise and Disney Star Wars property. So again, horrible decisions made by the company, brought on by these people that are in charge. It's just, I don't get it. It's so easy as a person sitting, as an IT guy who just sits in a chair and works on computers all day. It's pretty easy for me to use common sense and say, well, you should make a film that Star Wars fans would like and add things to it, or make it in a way that makes it open to the more broader audience. I don't care if you want to have some way to bring in more female viewership or whatever you want to think, even though creating kind of Mary Sue characters like Rey really doesn't bring in female characters, because, everyone struggles in life, women and men, all struggle in life. So if you have people on screen that just go, oh, I found a lightsaber. Oh, I can do all this now. Without any learning curve or any struggle, you're really not going to get people to identify with them. But, strong female roles work. I think, Wonder Woman was an amazing depiction of strong woman set with strong man, and that works. And, Hollywood, I don't think will listen, but, anyway, this is what we're left with. So, yes, Daisy Ridley, shocker to you, we don't like it. We don't like Star Wars, and we don't like the direction that it's going. And you can try and do your publicity stunts all you want. Of course, I know you're under contract, right? So, that'll be, what it is for episode 9. The theories and things that I've heard from the script are fairly bad. So, I've also heard that most of the actors I'm heard say, well, we're done with after this. I think they're all saying, I'm glad I'm done after this. I don't want to be under attack by any fans, which I don't support at all. Do not, vote. If you're going to vote, well, if you're going to do anything with Star Wars, is to vote with your wallet. Support the characters, support, the actors and actresses, knowing what they have to put up with, that this is, not their fault. They're presented with a script. And that goes back to, again, the director and the leadership of the company. So anyway, no shock that we don't like The Last Jedi. Again, where have you been? All right. Well, I had to make a Star Wars video just because I saw this, and it's how obvious it is to the rest of us who understand Star Wars and have loved Star Wars and, want to be around it and be immersed in it and everything, which is like, Galaxy's Edge was, oh my gosh, you're immersed inside Star Wars. You can't hear anything from Disneyland. You can't see anything from Disneyland. It is like you are there, right? It just forgets all about, you know, the original series, original trilogy, and the prequel trilogy. I mean, there's some pieces that are stuck here and there, but, you know, it's not, there's nothing there that's more than just a faint homage to what once was. But anyway, well, thanks for watching this. I do videos like this and other things around, you know, here, and every couple of days I'll put up a video. So Star Wars, Star Trek. I don't do much Star Trek because I don't watch it. So I do videos on the Orville, of course. And those get a lot of views. The Orville fandom is just amazing. It's where I think the Star Wars should look to the Orville for how it treats its fandom, for how it treats the genre, for how it treats the storylines and its people. It's an amazing community. It really is. It's the community that I wish Star Wars. The people in the community of Star Wars are amazing. The backing from the corporation of Star Wars is horrible. So, but with the Orville, you get kind of both sides. So, anyway, I ramble on again, but these are things I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about Star Wars. I'm passionate about the Orville. I just, you know, it's just, again, sad that we have to see articles like this, that Hollywood really can't get with the program and get out of their social justice, identity politics crap. It just makes me done with it. I mean, you can present it and not slap me in the face with it, but, you know. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me, and thanks for going on and on and on with this. Like I said, I am linking this little banner up here that if you want to display this on your videos in support of that Star Wars girl, I will put a link down below. I'll post it on Twitter and other places. Until she comes back and gets back on YouTube, I'm just going to keep that up there and putting that in all my videos, no matter what it is. If it's a computer video or photography video, it's going to be there. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for watching this one, and take care.